This is the DNA Pest Control Podcast with your hosts, Daniel and Anthony. Hey, welcome back to another episode, everybody. Today is Free Talk Friday, or as Daniel's calling it now, FTF.
Hey, we got to do this because everyone's deciding to go acronyms on me.
Okay, easy now. Let's not get too far into the acronym part, but please share and subscribe to the podcast. It helps us out a ton. Leave us a review, reach out to us, do all that junk because we want to hear from you and blah, blah, blah. So today we're going to talk about something that's not boring, like trying to promote the podcast. What are we talking about, Daniel?
Murder Hornets.
Murder Hornets. Yep.
Spotted in the United States.
And this was a while ago, but let's talk about that theory and potential of these guys actually setting up shop here.
Well, first of all, there's been more. Okay, so this article came out May 18 to 2020.
Yeah.
Okay. So just recently, actually, not just 2 months ago.
Yeah, not long
they've
ago at
been
all.
spotted in Washington 2 different times, December 2019. Okay, so not very long ago. And then, let me go a little bit further down. So there has been unconfirmed reports of sightings as far as South Portland, Oregon. Now, I don't know the exact habitat they need to live in, to survive, but
I think they need to be near
sounds
honeybees.
a little bit cooler.
Where, in Oregon?
Well, Oregon and Washington,
Yeah.
More humid, cool.
Yeah.
So it sounds like up there, up more north.
Well,
their
yeah, I
habitat.
wonder if the California heat and, the Nevada and Arizona heat would be too much for them.
Probably murders them.
Yeah. Have you ever seen any videos on them of, them attacking things? And
No, I did actually see, a National Geographic one time on insects in, different countries.
Yeah.
Like Australia and, actually, that's a good one. We need to find someone from Australia.
Oh, do we?
Because that would be so interesting to see what they do to take care of insects.
I think they use flamethrowers.
Dude, it is so crazy. I mean, I see videos. They could be a lie, but
There's a guy in Australia that makes videos of him doing pest control around his house, and he uses shaving cream and a lighter.
Are you serious?
Yeah, look it up, man. It's on YouTube.
It just burns everything?
Yeah, so what happens is, they get black widows there, but the black widows, nest. There's, a whole, 30 of them together or something like that.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, and what he does is, when his kid wants to play with toys, he'll hit it with the flamethrower and kill all the insects.
Yeah, we need to actually do that. We need to look up some of these crazy videos, because in Mexico, so one time outside of Mexico City, I went to my wife's grandpa's, second house out there.
Yeah.
And we opened up. So in Mexico, it's super weird. I don't know why the daddy long legs do this. I just saw a video on Instagram too.
Yeah.
They ball up together.
Do they really?
Yeah, into this massive
I've seen
ball.
something like that before.
And you can pick them up and then they just scatter.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know this at the time, and I wasn't actually a tech at this time. It was quite a while ago.
30, 40 years ago?
Yeah, at least 60.
Yeah.
And we opened up the doors to drive in and park, and these things just scatter, and they're going everywhere. And I had no idea what the crap's
Did they all get
going
inside?
on. No, they just scattered. They were just
wow.
everywhere. I mean, they were literally on the car. They started running all over the car. They were everywhere. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But we just went with it. I was just whatever. I guess that's what happens.
Yeah. I know, that's
but different
crazy.
countries and different areas, it's nuts.
Yeah, insects are crazy. Yeah, because those murder hornets come from, I think, Japan.
Yeah, they say Japan. Yep.
Yeah, and they are the most terrifying insect, I think, in the world because they're so big. There's no way you could protect from their sting unless you're wearing things that not even a shark could chew through. And it's these guys, imagine if you're a tech and you run into a nest, how would you even treat for that? I'd assume you would tell your tech, run away. Don't treat it.
Dude.
We got to get someone out there.
PT 565.
Right, but still,
or what? Do you think wasp freeze actually even works on them?
Maybe, but imagine if even one slips past you and it stings you. You're gonna be in so much pain.
Oh no, yeah, you're done.
Yeah,
you're
that's
done.
man, I almost had wasps swarm me today.
Did you?
By accident. Yeah, they had a nest in some client's rocking chair.
Oh,
and I bumped in the chair, and then, dude, and I was so oblivious to the fact, and like there's two flying right next to my face checking me out. I'm like, what's going on? And I turn around, and I'm like, oh crap, there's a whole giant nest right there.
Dang.
So you know what I did? Because
no,
hold on, I don't want a ticket.
Oh,
okay.
So what'd you do?
I took care of the nest.
There you go.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
But well, listen to this.
Let's say they're not going to be around much longer.
Well, here, just listen. So the Asian giant hornet, okay?
Yeah.
Which was spotted, and I'll tell you right now, I would freak out. I'd probably run.
Yeah. Oh, I would.
Because...
Well, real quick, remember when we seen the cicada killers?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're massive.
Yeah. And they're like 5 times that size.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They look way bigger. Well, no, so these ones, so listen to this. So they can grow up to 2 inches long.
Wow.
Dude, we're talking like...
Yeah.
That's massive.
That is massive. And I like how you were able to scale that so quickly because, anyways.
Because my thumb's about 2 inches long. But listen to this. So then listen to how they do this. So it uses its mandibles to snip the heads off of smaller insects.
Yeah.
Dude, they're just cutting heads off.
They decapitate, man.
That's crazy.
That's what they do. That's why they're called the murder hornet, because they're murderous.
Oh, and listen, here we go. So these insects also have a black tooth that they use to dig underground nests.
Yeah, they can have big nests, man. I remember maybe a year ago I was watching YouTube videos of just like people in Japan killing the nests. And what he does is he just goes there with like smoke, because smoke for like flying insects really makes them more docile. It messes them up, and then he'll just foam it or something. I think he was just foaming nests in the ground.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, and they have. So if you go look it up online, you can actually get this article and just look at the size difference between honeybees and this.
It's different.
Man.
It's like us compared to like a semi truck almost.
Yeah, they have a photo on here. So shows 2 Asian giant hornets hunting. When these insects decide to swarm a beehive, they can lay waste to tens of thousands of bees within a few hours.
Yeah. And that's terrible because we need bees, right? Everyone needs bees. And imagine if you're a beekeeper and you just spent your life savings on setting up a bee farm. And you're like, I'm going to profit with honey. And then these murder hornets move in and just decimate all your bees.
Oh, man.
Oh, that would be terrible. And how do you even kill them without killing your bees? Like, how do you take care of it?
That's good.
They're like a nightmare to beekeepers, man.
The only thing I can think of is like that. You use PT565.
And just hope for the best.
Well, you're going to kill some honeybees, but at least you killed those.
And then imagine if the ag department was like, hey, you killed 20 bees. Like, well, they would have killed 10,000 if I didn't kill them. Like,
leave it to them to jump on that.
For the greater good.
So then listen to this. So the hornet's stinger alone. Oh, yeah, by the way, if you are a beekeeper, you can't just throw on a bee suit and be okay with it, because they have a stinger alone is 1/4 inch long enough to penetrate regular beekeeping suits. Their venom is so potent, it can dissolve human flesh and kill a mouse in a few seconds.
So remember when we had that podcast episode about like biocontrol with the jewel hornet and the Turkestan cockroaches?
Yeah.
What if we start unleashing murder hornets in homes infested with mice?
There you go. Well, but the thing is, they're not going to go after the mice.
I know, but
it's
still,
not there.
How crazy that be? Like if we show up and with a bag of murder hornets.
Oh my gosh!
You're like,
we're just gonna throw them up in your attic real
but
quick.
But the person's like super snobby. He's like, I want 100% eco-friendly. That's what I want.
Oh gosh!
Yeah. And hang on, my phone's vibrating, so let me go ahead and take care of that while you carry the show.
Oh gosh!
I'm not gonna answer it.
Okay, so here's the next thing. So they say the murder hornet lives in a few phases. The hornet's life cycle begins around April. Queens, I didn't even know they were an actual like nest. So queens spend the spring building up their colonies in underground nests. A finished nest is about the size of a small human child. So that's not too big.
Small human child?
Dude, wasps get nests that big.
What?
Yeah, wasps. Have you seen some of those wasps?
Like
nests?
A paper wasp?
Yeah. They can get massive nests.
A small human child.
Well, I mean, it depends on the size of the kid.
Like
that can vary pretty big.
Dude, if I seen a wasp nest that's the size of my son's, I'm freaking out of there.
I have knocked personally down a wasp nest. It's probably a baby size.
Well, paper wasps are easy to kill, but once you start getting to hornet territory, that's when it gets scary, man.
Yeah, hornets are
They're fast, and they actually, paper wasps won't even attack you. Like, you could stand right next to their nest and spray it, and they'll kind of be like, what the heck's going on?
Yeah.
A hornet would just attack you if you're near their nest, man. They'll be like, what are you doing?
Well, so here we go. So the worker hornets, so the female hornets that do not reproduce help new queens. Like so then they have a picture. You guys got to go check this out. This is crazy.
Well, what's the article website?
It's on CBS News. But if you just put in, CBS.
I think I know what you're talking about.
You don't know CBS News?
Okay, CBS.
That's what I said. CBS. Come on.
Well, now I know. Well, I thought you were like saying CVS, like CVS Pharmacy.
No. We don't need you to
I'm like,
go
why
get
do they
medicine.
have a news source about murder hornets?
Yeah. So then they say adult male hornets hunt alone and bring their plunder insect proteins back to the nest to feed their young.
After they decapitate it, they just bring the body and they're like, here you go.
So the females are just staying back. They do their thing. They help out the queen. The males are out there freaking killing honeybees.
I know. Poor honeybees.
Gosh, that's crazy. Oh, they even have a picture of one going inside one of the nests, beekeeper's nests.
Yeah.
That would suck, man. You see that thing fly in there, you're like, yep, they're all dead.
No, but the honeybees have a defense. I watched the video on YouTube last night.
What do?
What they do is they swarm it and they vibrate their body and they make it hot enough and they cook the hornet until it's dead.
And then they kill themselves in the process?
No, they don't die because their temperature tolerance is a little higher.
Really?
Yeah, it's their natural defense.
Wow.
Yeah, they literally swarm it and then like pin it down.
Dang. Oh, listen to this. They got some actually pretty cool names that they made for this thing.
Yeah, shout out to CBS Pharmacy.
Yeah, right. So in the warmer summer months, swarms of Asian giant hornets ambush beehives in groups. This behavior is literally, they even had to put this behavior is literally called slaughter phase.
Wow.
That's a pretty cool.
That's kind of, man, the bug world's badass, huh?
Dude, it's pretty intense.
The slaughter phase.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
that's awesome.
I'm watching one right now where he's like trying to sting it. It's so their bodies are so big compared to a honeybee. It's like, how do you sting and bite at the same time?
Well, the honeybee can't even sting it. Its armor's too strong.
Oh, it can't even go. It can't.
They
penetrate?
can't kill it. No.
Oh.
I think the only ways that they can die is there's a weak spot behind their head by a stinger, and then I think their eyes might be susceptible, kinda. Other than that, they're literally impenetrable to stings.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yep, and it's saying right here. So these bees never had a chance.
But hey, that's the bee's fault for existing during the slaughter phase.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see. So they have the occupation phase. Let's see. What's this?
Hornets. That's in their phase is the occupation phase.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is after they take over.
Man, I didn't even know any of this. This is awesome. I'm glad we're doing this podcast.
Yeah. So the occupation phase. Yeah. Something you may never even deal with in your life.
You never know. What if we start seeing them? Next house you go to, you're just hitting webs, and a murder hornet's like,
no, it's going to be walking on the ground because they build their nest in the ground.
Walking on the ground. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. I thought you meant when you said walking on the ground, I pictured it like walking with his chest puffing out.
You know what I would do though?
What?
I would probably, I would just get tarantulas.
To kill them?
Yeah.
Dude, what?
Yep.
Do you know and you call them tarantulas? I call them tarantulas, but
tarantulas, whatever.
Yeah,
it's all the same.
Dude, freaking the number one predator to a tarantula is a freaking hornet. You know that, right?
Yeah, but it depends on the type of tarantula. So there's one that's actually up in trees, and it'll take down birds.
Right, but a bird ain't a hornet.
Dude. The hornets...
There's a video, however, that a praying mantis killed a hornet, the murder hornet.
Did it?
Yeah, and ate its head.
Praying mantises are crazy.
And then whenever I see them, I make sure I really spray them.
You spray them?
Oh, yeah. They get double.
Oh, no. You leave... What? No, they're good.
They get hit by PT-565 and the boot.
Oh, man. No, I keep them alive. I love those things.
No, I actually get real sad when I spray them by accident.
The little babies, too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to save them.
I remember when it was in an Eve. This was like a few days ago. and I accidentally hit it in the eave.
Because they changed the color of their body?
Yeah, and it didn't do that, but it did a backflip all the way down the cement. I'm like, well, he's dead. And then like I look down, he's like running around. I'm like, what? He backflipped off of the eave onto the floor and lived.
Dang. Well,
that's crazy.
He's probably got some damage, but they just grow their limbs back. They don't care.
Do they?
So,
do they really?
Yeah.
Wow,
they do.
That's crazy.
They can lose a limb and they'll just grow it back.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, you don't have to
Too
worry
bad
about
we
it.
can't do that.
I know. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
So hornets stick around in an overthrown beehive for several days, even up to 2 weeks, feasting on the young bees inside.
Wow.
Dang, that's too bad.
Right?
Here are 2 Asian giant hornets enjoying the spoils. Oh man, that's crazy. They just are like, hey, we're gonna hang out for a minute, we're gonna kill all the adults and just eat the young for the next couple weeks.
Man, I know, right? And then you're just kind of floating around as a bee, like, oh no, we lost.
Oh god.
And they're just going to town for 2 weeks and you're home.
Yeah, no, that is.
That's like an armed robber kicking you out, and he's like, I'm gonna clean out the fridge before I leave.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
Here, this is kind of crazy too. Insects are nuts, man.
I know.
Some of the things that like
we're lucky they're small.
Could you imagine if they're massive?
Yeah, dude, a murder hornet the size of a basketball. I'd quit being alive, let alone quit being a tech.
Yeah, it's just, I'm done. I'll give up. What's that movie with those giant bugs?
Which one?
I don't
giant
know.
bugs?
Yeah, they're like they go to different planets and they're just like these giant. They look like bugs.
Starship Troopers.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's a badass movie.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can just imagine that's what it is.
That'd be terrible. That'd be terrifying. Well, ants are the most. People say that if ants were bigger, we'd be extinct.
Oh, absolutely.
Because ants are the most efficient insect, and they're the most terrifying insect because of how in unison they are. They're just a hive mind.
Yeah.
And like they'll literally they will always win battle of attrition because like imagine an ant. So do you know how fast ants are?
No.
Let's just say this. They're very fast.
Okay.
So people say if an ant was the size of a human, it'd be able to lift up a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? That's the common
Yeah.
thing. So imagine if an ant was like half that size. It'd be able to just run us over and kill us, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, even let's say an ant was the size of like what? What do you want to say? A dinner plate?
Yeah, let's go with that.
You know how terrifying that'd be?
Well, yeah, and they can dig holes.
And I bet you wouldn't even be able to step on it and squish it because it'd be too strong.
Now, the good thing is we have cement. I don't think they could really go through cement.
I bet they could. If they're that big?
You think so?
Yeah. They'd figure out a way.
We just put metal in it. We're fine. We do it with rats all the time.
For the whole world?
Yeah.
All right, don't worry, guys. We're going to replace all cement with metal and cement now, guys.
Yeah,
to beat the ants.
Yeah, well, hey, we have to figure it out.
But imagine that. Imagine what pest control would be like if ants were like 10 times bigger. Or no,
First of all, they would have a whole division of the military just for that.
Let's say an ant was as big as a rabbit. There would be a division of military called
of course
ant
would.
Combat.
Oh, you'd
have to show up, be like, okay, here's a strategy. We're going to be swarmed here. We're going to have to come in in planes, helicopter, carpet bomb the nest for a few days, and send in a team, and then kill the queen. That'd be awesome, though. I'd probably sign up for that.
Oh,
I'll be the first guy to die, though. I'll probably get stung by something.
Oh,
They'll be like, how did he die? He's like, oh, well, he got bit by a rattlesnake. How he even died to an ant?
He got bit by something else. We don't know. But
Yeah,
he's
like, we don't know how he died, but we didn't even start the mission yet.
Oh, my gosh. So listen to this. So even the reproduction is kind of crazy. So the queens release pheromones to initiate reproductive behavior from male hornets. After fertilization, queens leave the nest to start their own colonies. So they're kind of selfish, aren't they?
Well, they have to. Well, you gotta think of it because I think the only reason why they do leave is because they don't want to overpopulate the nest.
Yeah, so then they say, as with many hornet species, fertilized eggs hatch into female hornets. The next generation's queens and workers. So it turns into the next queens. So they essentially use that.
So I think they change their egg, like the egg type, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna just like ants. Instead of laying workers, they lay the reproducing ants.
Yeah. So then it's unfertilized eggs. With which just one chromosome set becomes male hornets called drones.
Yeah.
So that's how they do that. That's crazy.
Man, women never mind. I don't even want to get into it.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean it's here we go. They say fortunately, scientists say that the Asian giant hornet is generally not aggressive to people unless their nests or occupied hives are disturbed.
Yeah, right, dude. You imagine just hearing that giant thing flying near you.
Oh, I would run. They have them in Texas. Well, not these kind, but they have massive bees in Texas.
Oh, exactly. I would run 100%, man.
I saw one dead on the cement. Luckily, I found it dead.
Did you eat it?
Actually, I saw one.
Yeah.
On the front door when I was knocking doors. I was selling security.
Yeah.
And I was knocking doors in Texas, and I saw one. I was knocking the door. This thing flew in, went down to the ground, and I'm in this like little cubby hole almost up to the door, and I can't get out. And I'm just looking at this thing like, oh crap, what's gonna happen?
Oh man.
And I'm watching this thing on the ground. It goes up to its hole because what they do is they actually go hole to hole, and they find tarantulas that occupy those spaces, and then they paralyze them, lay their eggs inside, and then they fly to the next one.
Yeah.
So these ones are solo. They don't do the hive like these ones.
I think they're kind of like the jewel wasp, right?
Yeah, but they just are with tarantulas and they're 10 times
But still,
bigger.
that's still scary. They're huge.
Oh, they're massive.
Have you ever like had a June beetle? I think it's called fly by you. It's like a helicopter.
I've seen those. Yeah.
Yeah.
In Texas, there's a ton of them.
Man.
Even here, we have them.
Yeah, like
West Sac's really bad with them.
Really, West Sacramento? Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they have a ton of them.
Remember, you gotta say, because if you say West Sac, people will be like, "What the hell is he talking about?"
Oh yeah, West Sac. Oh yeah, they're probably thinking like, "That's a sick guy talking about it."
For those of you guys that don't know, is that Sacramento's abbreviation is SAC.
Yeah.
So
SAC.
Yeah, SAC.
Just like FTF.
Yeah.
Free Talk Friday.
Free Talk Friday. There we go.
No, but then I ended up stepping on the hole in a hurry and I ran out of there. So I was like, hopefully whoever opens that door doesn't get a freaking pissed off bee coming
And imagine
out.
that would have been like your best sale of the day.
Oh man!
They open the door and the hornet just bites him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So they're talking about in this article too. They're saying if they really pose a threat to humans, and they say fortunately scientists are not necessarily a threat to us. They're not a threat. But then it goes through, let's see what they say. So hypothetically speaking, how dangerous are they? They say the murder hornet has been known to kill up to 50 people each year in Japan. But they're not a threat to us.
Right, they only kill 50 people.
They only kill 50 people each year.
Yeah, they're no threat. Just don't mind them. They kill people.
They say the sting survivors describe the venom packed with powerful neurotoxins as excruciating. Obviously, come on. Yeah. I mean, like, what else would you say?
God, that's terrifying. And imagine having one on you stinging you. What would you do? I bet you wouldn't even want to touch it because you're just too massive and angry looking. I don't even want to slap you off.
Yeah. Well, here, let's see this. So, they talk about that coyote guy. What's that guy's name?
Coyote Peterson. He got stung by one on his video.
Here it is. He says, and as we mentioned before, regular beekeeping suits can't protect you from the longer sting of the Asian giant hornet either. YouTube personality Coyote Peterson once showed what the sting was like on his wilderness series. He actually got stung by it?
We should do that. We should DNA. We're going to travel the world and we're going to get stung by the most dangerous things and bit by snakes.
Yeah, you're on your own on that. I don't think I'm going to join you, but I just found a suit that is actually made for
murder hornets?
Yep.
Got him. What is it, a car? Drive up in a car.
You're sitting in a car.
Yeah.
No, it's just an extra thick suit, so they can still sting it, but it's just not going to make it through.
God, they're terrifying.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, yeah, so they don't know how they got there, but they're figuring it out. They're trying to, I don't know.
So, wow. So that's the article, and again, that's the CBS News article.
Yeah,
we will put a link in there for everybody so they could reference it.
Check it out. That's kind of intense. I would be freaked
but
out
imagine,
if I saw that.
Okay, so let's speak hypothetically real quick. So imagine if they were a part of our everyday life as technicians. How scared? First of all, I think maybe everyone will get hazard pay. And I know that's a common theme with me.
You want hazard pay for everything.
Yeah.
Even if you worked at like Jack in the Box, you want hazard pay.
Yeah. Dealing with oil.
Yeah, I'm dealing with oil and people. I think
in which
people should be
in which I
hazard pay.
did work at Jack in the Box,
And you did not get hazard pay.
Drew freaking loved all my stories. It was like I was like some kind of prophet.
I know, because he's never worked a job in his life.
poor Drew. Don't throw him under the
He
bus.
hasn't. Ask him. That's nothing
Well,
I
he's
said I
young.
wouldn't.
What is he? 12?
No.
34.
Turn that
Anyway,
number around. It's 21. Oh, 12. Yeah, 21.
21.
I think he's 21 or 23. No, he's 21.
23.
21.
In tech years, or are we talking?
No, we're just regular dog years.
dog years. Man, but that would be crazy. Like when I see like a cicada killer, I get nervous. I'm like, okay, you're starting to hit this size of where I don't even want to deal with your hive.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how. I don't even know in Japan. We would know a lot more. We just don't know enough. So even if it was like an everyday thing, the likelihood of one being in a backyard that's constantly getting mowed, watered, there's pets, I don't even think they'd make a nest back there. It'd be more in fields where it's untouched.
But even then, imagine just seeing one flying near you.
How often do we see hornets? I've seen two. I've been to 2 cases where there's actually hornets.
I've done a handful of
Hornets.
Yeah.
Like actual in the nest, like you have?
Yeah.
A handful. We're talking 5. I've done 2.
Let me count.
One was with you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, one was with me. So that counts for both of us, right? Another one was at that one guy's house where they built it, or they built the nest in his wall. Another one was
was the one that me and you went to, up at the second story.
No. This was a different one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The one was up there in like the eaves or whatever.
Yep.
This one was in a wall. Another one was with someone that had him. They owned this house, and then like there's how there's usually a house behind your backyard.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't. It was just a plot of land. They own that too. The other plot of land.
Okay.
And there's a hornet's
That
nest
makes
in there.
sense. It's
and
not.
Yep. And then a client. See, dude, come on, man. I'm an expert. Another client had him right in her driveway, and she's like, my husband always goes up there with Raid, and he's always getting stung. I'm like, no, duh. And I'm thinking in my head, why would he try it a second time if he got swarmed already?
He's getting stung all the time.
And
going back out there.
I remember that house really good because it was in like right, not the driveway, but her walkway leading up to the front door, pretty close to the front door. So I crept in bushes across the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, literally, dude, like in the bushes and poking my little sprayer out and just hosing down their nest because I couldn't get like a clear shot of it. So I was just like squirting wherever they're flying in and out of.
Dang.
Yeah. And I 4 times. So I've done it 4 times with hornets.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, a lot more than me. I've only dealt with them twice. One in the backyard.
Well, you're a rookie.
And then one up in the eaves, and that was it.
Yeah. And they're scary because they are fast and they will get you quick, man.
Yep. We had them in Utah, and I would stick firecrackers in their nest.
Yeah.
And they did not like that. They did not like that. They would swarm. So they'll follow you. Not for too long. And luckily they're not super fast. So I outran them, but they will. The whole swarm came out and they were following me.
Wow.
I booked it straight home.
I remember I was swimming a long time ago, and I remember we're dumb kids, and like we swatted a bee out of the air, and like 3 bees came and were like messing with us in the water, and we kept having to hold our breaths underwater because we're all scared. Yeah, we're like, oh no.
You only had like 3 bees?
Yeah.
You splash it with water and it's done.
No, man, we don't want to kill bees. But cool. Well, hey, that was a great episode, right?
Yeah. No.
Murder hornets coming to a state near you.
Oh gosh. Well, just be careful, guys. All right. All right. Thanks for listening in, guys.
Yep. Hey guys, this is Anthony, and here's a quick reminder. We want to hear from you, whether you're a technician, owner, or operator. We want to hear your stories, whether it's a horror story on the field, a funny story with the client, or just something straight up crazy or weird you've seen. And how can you do this, you ask? Well, our email is dnapestpodcast@gmail.com. That's DANDA pestpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us at Twitter and direct message us there at DNA Pest Podcast. That is D, the letter N, A, Pest Podcast. Follow us on Twitter. Or you can reach out directly through our website at dnapodcast.com. That's DANDA podcast.com. We want to hear from you, so let's hear it.